Once again, I get to enjoy the riveting feeling of being squished into a space that is clearly too tight to logically fit me inside. People pushing and shoving against each other trying to go in or out of the train at this busy time of day. Honestly, public transport in Saitama is already kind of a nightmare with how packed it gets at the best of times. This is one of those situations where I actually would have been really happy to be dating someone with a car that could drive us around. Although I don't dare say that out loud since I don't want to risk seeming like I'm taking advantage. And ultimately, I'm already used to this kind of thing anyway, so it's at most just a minor inconvenience. Keisuke, on the other hand, seems to be majorly uncomfortable right next to me. I can tell he doesn't know what to do since every time the train shakes or someone pushes against him, he nearly gets flung to the sides. He hasn't gotten used to tensing his muscles and locking himself firmly in place right before something happens. Once you get used to riding a train or a bus, it gets very predictable when you'll need to hold on just a little more firmly, so it becomes second nature at some point. All this is managing to accomplish is getting me to question how someone can be reaching adulthood in such a busy city and still have no clue how to even behave inside of a train. I'm really gonna have to whip this sheltered hair into shape during the course of our relationship, aren't I? What the fuck? Okay, so I see a shot glass and a guitar. Is this some kind of music bar? Finally managing to step out of the train in our destiny station. We both sigh in relief at the reclaiming of our personal space. Keisuke pulls up his phone and loads an app to tell him the way to our destination. We walk for a few minutes, following the GPS arrow until we come across this somewhat large-looking shop place. Oh, jeez, I was starting to think we had gotten lost. Might be a little late to ask this, but I'm guessing you've never been here before. Sorry, no. I just saw that they were having an event today, and I thought it would be a good opportunity. An opportunity? I look up at the name of the store and see that it's some kind of event place. For some reason, the sign is super vague about what they actually do in here. Inside, it just says Shiroka Live. It talks about serving yakisoba and takoyaki. The hell kind of place is this? Is this where we're having dinner? At 2 p.m.? Hardly. Then what is this place? Why don't we head inside and you'll see. Two of us head inside, seeing a dimly lit lobby with a wooden counter right in front. To this place's credit, the inside of it is pretty clean and the decor is pretty nice. I'll have to take your word for that since we don't fucking see anything. I see leather jackets, old vinyl discs, placards, and music memorabilia hanging from the walls. The woman standing by the entrance quickly asks us if we're here for the show. Once Keisuke nods, asks him if he already has a ticket. He shows her on the screen of his phone, which shows that seems to be 2 QR codes. She scans them before cheerfully pointing the way down to us. We head down the corridor she pointed out and down the stairs into the complete and total darkness. There we go. Oh, holy shit. This is a pretty large underground auditorium, bro. I don't know if this is realistic. We enter into some kind of underground room, and it's just as dark as the stairs that led into it. A few red lights shine at the other side of it, illuminating the place just enough to make out the shape of what seems to be a stage. The room seems to be quite spacious, easily big enough to fit at least 100 people inside. Which of course only makes it even more noticeable how empty the place is overall. There may be about 30 people in here, all their shapes way too dark to make out. There's a strong scent in the air of dust and alcohol wipes. The place is obviously well kept, with a black and white checkerboard tile floor. Still have no idea what exactly this is supposed to be, though. Where are we? You haven't been able to put it together yet. This is a live house. A live house? Yeah, do you not know what they are? I know what a live house is, I don't know, expected one to look different. So this is what the woman by the entrance meant by a show. I still don't know what a live house is. It's a place for live music to be performed. Okay, there you go. I found out that this band would be performing while I was trying to decide what to do for our date and thought it'd be a great opportunity. there he is using that term again. But, well, I suppose I could think of worse ways to spend a date than watching a show. Is he going to sing? Is he going to sing Opportunity? Because he said he was going to sing for us? I don't know. Actually, it's kind of a breath of fresh air if I'm being honest. I never watched a live performance outside of the one Keisuke's band put up. And this is such a Keisuke-like thing, I doubt anyone else would have suggested this to me. Hell, I wouldn't have even thought of going to one. It's a pretty cool idea, I have to admit. Thanks. I thought so too. Is this a band you like or something? Nope, never seen them perform before. They're a pretty new band, though. Seems like it's only their first show. Huh? That's not what I was expecting at all. Why would he choose a rookie band of all things for us to watch? Wouldn't it make more sense for him to pick a band he likes so we can both enjoy it together? The lights are up! Suddenly, spotlights turn on that are pointed directly at the stage. A group of people are all already in position, clutching their instruments. A girl, a short little otter with a lithe frame, walks up to the mic. She grabs hold of it with a confident smile on her face, clearly seeming very at ease on the stage. Behind her are all the bandmates, a guitarist, a bassist, and a drummer. Unlike Keisuke's band, it seems like these guys don't have a keyboard at all. Everyone, are you having a good day? Thank you so much for coming to our debut show. We're all very thankful for all your support, both old and new faces alike. A few appreciative nods from among the crowd. This is their debut show. I guess some of the people in here must be friends and family. For some reason, I can't shake the feeling that one of the musicians is familiar. It's the bassist! The bassist! We've only had a single original song right now, and that is still a work in progress. Because of that, we'll be performing covers of our favorite band, Sayers. A few more mumbles among the crowd, who all seem to stir a little bit at the mention of that band. Even I remember hearing that name before at some point. I think it was almost 10 years ago, though. Sayers were a huge band back then that dissolved after the lead singers died in a plane accident. Then again, I've never been a huge follower of bands or fan of rock in general, so I've only heard their stuff here and there when it would come on the radio. And somehow I feel like this is the exact kind of place where I could be beat up for saying blasphemy like that. Why did you want to... Benjamin, it's rude to talk during the show. Ugh. I bite my tongue, not wanting to attract any kind of negative attention towards us. Hopefully you guys have a good time along with us. For our song, we'll be singing Lost My Way. Okay. As soon as the song comes to a stop, the song... A few hours was one song? Oh my god. No, I'm kidding. The vocalist stands on her spot, one of her feet propped up to a nearby amplifier box while she leaned forward with a mic in her hands. The crowd is dead silent for a second, as if it hadn't clicked yet that the song had ended. The 60-something people in the room suddenly exploded in cheers and clapping, showering the band with praise. Even I have to admit that I was blown away once they began playing, my mouth hanging open for most of their show. A few more people trickled in as they performed, and quickly the room filled up more until it was easily twice as full as before. Keisuke watched the entire performance with a contented smile on his face, tapping his foot along with the music. Everyone, thank you so much for coming today. You guys have made our debut show even better than we dreamed it could have been. No wild cheering as the vocalist waved at the audience, a huge smile on her face. From this far away, I could tell her and their bandmates were all completely drenched in ew, breathing heavily while smiling. That lines up with the bassist from before who was wet. We love you guys so much! Hopefully you'll support us going forward, too. We've got another live scheduled here for next week, and would really appreciate if you told your friends about us. The crowd waved right back, enthusiastically agreeing with her, the girl's enthusiasm clearly infecting everyone that watched her. I can't believe it's been over 2 hours since the show started. Doesn't feel like there was 2 hours of music. Well, their vocalist is pretty good MC, so I'm not surprised. MC? Someone who runs the event, talks to and connects with the audience, that way they can build a rapport, as while also giving themselves time to catch their breath in between songs. Oh, wow. I didn't know rock music had that much complexity to it. I don't know if I'd call it complex.
We'll also be taking part in the next band competition that will be happening in July, so if you guys come cheer for us, we'd really appreciate it.
A band competition? Wait, this could be the one Kiyoshi-san had told us about last week. Last I heard of it, Keisuke was thinking whether he should mention it to his band or not.
Oh, so this was an opportunity to scout out the other bands in the fucking...
I shoot Keisuke a curious look, but he seems to fail to notice me entirely, his eyes glued to the stage ahead of us. Once the vocalist finishes her last words, the rest of the band comes up to bow to the audience, thanking us again for their support and urging us to their show for their next show. The crowd slowly begins to disperse as the show is clearly over by this point. Hey, is the competition they mentioned the same one that Kiyoshi-san told us about? Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about that, did I? I shake my head in negative, waiting for him to elaborate. I told everyone in the band, and just like I predicted, they decided they really wanted to take part in the competition. Right. Man, that's gotta suck. These guys are clearly pretty good, and now it turns out they're gonna be competing against you too. Really unlucky. It's not unlucky. He did this shit on purpose. It was an opportunity to scout out the fucking... you fucker. They're good, for sure. Still rough around the edges, but I suppose that's to be expected from a debut performance. You put on a single show and you're already talking like an expert. Hey, I've been studying a lot since I started managing the band, okay? I won't lie that I'm a little disappointed. I wouldn't say that I was hoping they were bad, but... Wait, what do you mean? Why would you come to watch a band if they were hoping they were bad? Why would I want our competitors to be good? That bassist looked so frail when we first met him that I half expected him to collapse halfway through their set. Wait, you know him? Don't you remember that guy we met in Kiyoshi-san's store? Lanky, sweaty, needed help with the sound system. He's already told us back then that they were taking part. Oh, so that's why the bassist looked so familiar. Keisuke nods. Doesn't that just make it even weirder then? You obviously didn't come here to cheer them on, so why'd you go out of your way to watch a show of someone you've met once? You're kidding, right? I know it's usually cute when you act super dense, but come on, isn't it obvious why we're here? What do you mean? We came as an advance party. Scouts, if you will. Huh? I'm sorry, what? I fucking called it. I think I could probably hear you over the sound of my brain melting. Scouts? Yeah, of course. What did you think we were doing? Keisuke pulls his phone out of his pocket, tapping on the screen a few times, letting a video come alive on it, showing a sneaky recording of the entire show. Puts a hand to his lips in a shush gesture. Recording isn't really allowed, so shush. I can't believe this. Did we really only come here to scout them out? Of course. Everything just aligned so perfectly, no? I found out 2 days ago they were having their debut, and since we were already set to go out, I thought, why not take the chance to check out the competition? There was no way I could miss out on that opportunity. That's the 3. Dots. Then you used our date as an excuse to do work. Huh? That's a weird question. It's not like the band stuff was really work in the first place. So we didn't come here because you thought it'd be a way to have fun together. We came here because it was convenient for you. That's not how I would put it. Why are you sounding mad? Because I am mad! The hell, K-kun! Hang on a second. I'm really confused here. You had fun, didn't you? Yes? Then why are you mad at me? I did nothing wrong. That wasn't the point. At least with the museum, I can forgive the oversight in you choosing something that isn't really my thing because you really did think I'd enjoy it. Did you even take a second to think about whether or not I'd enjoy watching a newbie band perform? But you had fun, so what's the harm in that? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because I seriously don't see what I did wrong here. You didn't answer the question at all. Did we come here because you thought it'd be something fun for us to enjoy doing during our date? Or did we come here because you couldn't flake on our date to do work? Keisuke shifts uncomfortably on his spot, clutching his arms tightly and looking down at the floor. Silence is his own answer here, it seems. Wait! I try to walk past Keisuke, feeling the irritation surging in my chest, my nostrils flaring rhythmically. He jumps in front of me to block me out. Hang on a second, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Please don't walk out on me! You're just saying that because you don't want me to be upset with you. You're right, I don't want that, but that doesn't mean I can't really be sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I didn't think you'd care. That was my mistake. Even if I can't see what you're upset about, that doesn't change the fact that you're upset over something I did. Seriously, you still can't see the problem here. What if I promised to take you on a special date, then dragged you to a library where there's a Q&A on a book signing with a popular author only for it to turn out that I just wanted to go because I have to write a book report on their book? Well, there's no way that would happen. I can't see you doing a book report signing, going to a book signing in the first place. You know, it's like strike me as the type to like to read. Not only are you missing the point, you're calling me an idiot. Are you being obtuse on purpose, or are you really this much of a dumbass? Sorry, I just blurted it out without thinking. You're not supposed to be a moron. Stop acting like one. Still, I guess in that scenario, I would be a little upset, yeah. Taking what's supposed to be a special occasion and bringing work into it. Exactly. I can't believe I had to flip it around for you to even understand it in the first place, but at least you did. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuckity fucky fuck. Oh, shit. Okay, hold up. Gotta save. Now, here's the thing. I gotta be careful here. Because if I'm thinking about it game-wise, the last time we had an opportunity to get a bad ending, it was during the first date. So it's possible that any choice here could lead to a bad ending. So let's see what happens if we say it's fine. Forgive and move on. Dots. I sigh, rubbing the bridge of my nose and taking a few deep breaths in an attempt to calm myself down. I get it. Keisuke doesn't have all that much experience dealing with other people. For all his wit and charm, he still was a loner for most of his life. I've been told that much outright. That doesn't make it okay, but I suppose I can at least understand it. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. In reality, even I can tell I'm not ready to just let this go like that. Maybe I'm petty, I don't know. I don't want to stay upset, but I can't help it. Let's just get out of here. You still seem mad. I'm not. I just need to cool off. That is clearly a lie. I can tell just from the look on his face that Keisuke sees right through it, yet he only nods and walks along behind me. I know I'm lying. He knows I'm lying, yet none of us say anything about it. Somehow, even though it was his mistake that started it, I end up feeling like I'm the one in the wrong somehow. Ooh. Well, let's see what happens if we're upfront and honest, because it doesn't seem like we get to decide whether we're fine or not. We get to decide if we say we're fine or not. So that's the first one. Let's see what happens if we say it's not fine. No, it'd be wrong for me to pretend I'm not upset about it. It might be a minor thing, but I had a lot of expectations about today. The museum thing was an honest mistake. Annoying, but still only just a mistake. But this? That's just a huge lack of thought. I don't like being mad, but I can't help feeling like he didn't consider me at all when planning this. We can talk about this later. You're still upset, huh? Yes, I'm still upset. You can't just say oopsie and think that's fine. It might not be a big deal, but I still reserve myself to be mad in the moment. At least let me cool off first before trying to talk about it again. That's fair. I'm sorry. I walk past Keisuke, heading for the stairs so we can leave this place. He follows quietly and obediently behind me, Not trying to jump in front of me again, at the least. Okay, so that one seems better. At least he smiled at one point, and we didn't have the dialogue of, we feel like we're in the wrong, which really seemed like just an overt beating about the head and neck with the thought of, you fucked up. Even besides the context clues, it's just better to be honest when you're upset than to try to hide it. So I'm going to stick with this. As soon as we step out of the building, I can already feel the nice fresh air hitting me again. While the venue wasn't bad by any means, staying underground in a closed off for 2 hours was bound to get a little uncomfortable, even with air conditioning. The feeling of fresh air is just something that can't be beat, even with the beginning of summer's dry heat. The girl by the counter, bless her heart, was giving every single customer a cheerful farewell as people stepped out. Either she really enjoys her job, or she's just a natural at customer service. I'll admit, she was pretty cute. Well, that's over. Yeah. Keisuke shuffles awkwardly next to me, trying to put up a smile as if nothing had happened. I stare at his face for a few seconds, taking a deep breath. So, do we have any other plans? I don't know if it's just me, but when I'm looking at the text, for some reason, in the peripheral vision of the top of my eyesight, Keisuke's ears seem to turn blue. Is that just the shade of it? Is that the colors around it, like the orange, or I don't know. If it's just me, let me know. But like when I'm reading the text, if I don't try to look at the ears, they look like they're turning blue a little bit. Might just be me. I don't know. Well, part of me definitely feels petty and wants to walk out entirely. I know that wouldn't really be fair. Besides, if I walk off on a literal first date, even I have a hard time imagining our relationship recovering afterwards. Well, I was thinking of us capping off our date going to a nearby restaurant. Sure. Sounds good. Which one? Let me check my phone real quick. Keisuke anxiously tapped on his screen, looking around the street to get his bearings while scrolling through the map. It should be that way. Lead the way. Hare nods, stuffing his phone back into his pocket and taking the lead. Yeah? Lovely weather we're having today, right? You don't have to do this. What do you mean? It's alright to fight. I'm upset right now, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stay upset. We've talked things through as much as we can for the time being. If it turns out to still be a problem later, then we can talk through it some more then. For now, though, you don't have to keep being so awkward around me. Which is way a tables turning situation for these two characters, ain't it? Mirror images. We get awkward when something goes right, he gets awkward when something goes wrong. Dichotomy. That's a relief. At least it's what I want to say, but, telling me not to be awkward won't make me less awkward, right? I put my hand on top of Keisuke's head as we walk side by side, giving him a quick pat and ruffling his fur. I appreciate you being apologetic. That should be enough for now, at least. Thanks. How about I treat you? It's not like we're going to a super expensive place, but I feel bad. At least let me treat you. God damn it. God fucking damn it with your goddamn choices and your goddamn. Do we accept or refuse? I have saved, so let's see what happens if we say refuse. Because the last time we said everything was bad, or that we weren't okay, rather, everything is bad. It's a little more of a dramatic way to put it, but, last time the apparent negative was the good. So let's just see what happens if we say refuse first. I'll check both. I don't think I want to go along with this. I feel like I'm taking advantage of him, being upset just to get free stuff. No thanks, I can pay for myself. What? But why? You're making way too much of a big deal about this. You don't need to pay for my food to feel better about yourself. I don't want you to start thinking you need to buy my forgiveness whenever I'm upset. It's not like I'm trying to do that. I pat his head once again, affectionately running my fingers through his fur. Seriously, it's fine. I'm not going to let you throw your money around as a solution to a problem. What's the point of having money if I can't spend it on the people I care about? Not becoming someone else's sugar daddy, to begin with. Well, I hardly feel like buying you lunch will turn me into one. That's exaggerating. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Either way, you don't have to find out. I'll pay for my own way. I'll pay my own way. Maybe if we're going out for a special occasion, I can let you treat me, but treating me just because you feel sorry isn't a good reason. Keisuke sighs, clearing his throat and looking away from me. You're such a pain in the ass sometimes. That's my way of showing how much I care. It's super not cute. I'm not supposed to be cute. I'm sorry, that ship has sailed. I tighten the grip on my hand ever so slightly. I guess that's... what? Ow, Benjamin, you're crushing my head? What? I tightened the grip on my hand ever so slightly. That's because we were touching his head, right? Benjamin, you're crushing my head. My bad. You didn't seem to feel bad at all. Thankfully, the mood lightens up considerably as we chat on our way to the restaurant. I'm glad such a minor problem isn't going to end up completely ruining the atmosphere of our first date forever. Despite the setbacks, I'm still looking forward to finishing strong. Okay. So that seemed like the better way to go about it. What happens if we say accept? Well, I suppose there's no harm in that. Sure, not passing up the offer for free food. Great. I hope you like the food there. Have you ever been to this place before? Nope, not even once. We'll both be trying it for the first time together. I can get behind that. What kind of restaurant is it anyway? Yakiniku. Ooh, yakiniku is absolutely delicious. I'm suddenly very, very excited about this. Yakiniku. Hey, hum cheerfully, making the hair walking side by side with me laugh. Oh my god, are you making a yakiniku song? Yakiniku is great! Can't help but get excited. Such a huge dork, my god. I'm just happy. You're cute when you're happy. Cute? Let's not start again with this. Too late. I've already seen another cute side to you. I'll make sure to keep it in mind. You really need a new hobby. Ooh. That's tough. So here's the thing. Is both end up lightening the mood. I see the point of the refusal, of not wanting to encourage the idea that he can buy our forgiveness. So, and it's possible that that'll come up again later down the line, where if he messes up something again, he'll try to say it's fine by buying something, and then we'll be like, no, this doesn't make up for that, and he'll be like, well, you accepted it before, what the crap? But at the same time, it's hard to argue that that accepting the offer isn't an overall more positive fucking outcome. Like, I don't know, man. I have no fucking clue which one's the better one. Kind of highlights the problem with some choices being about what to say versus how you feel. Because, like, before, when we were having the whole, is it fine, is it not fine? Like, we weren't deciding if it was fine. We were deciding if we were saying it was fine. So we didn't have a choice on what the truth was. We just had a choice on what we wanted to address it with. Whereas with this one, we get the choice of deciding what the truth is. Are we okay with accepting his help, with accepting his paying for dinner versus not? So this one isn't deciding how we go about the truth. This one is deciding what the truth is. I don't know. The consequences of this choice seem to be either down the line or seem to be just about background, like relationship points. And I don't know which one would give more relationship points because it all comes down to what the author deems as the better romantic choice or not. I'm calling the expert. Well, not calling him. I texted the expert. I can't fucking decide. And I'm so hung up on wanting to either do it right or whatever. I'm not even asking for, like, what is the right way to do it. I'm just telling him that I'm conflicted about whether or not I want to ask for a hint. Which sucks, because I don't like doing that generally. I don't like straying from my natural inclination. But fuck me if I can decide which one of these is better. But I told him I was struggling with whether or not to ask for help. He was like, which choice is it? I told him which choice, and he just straight up told me what the answer, which one was better. So I asked him, like, what makes it better? Like, is it the reasons that come up later, or is it just better? And I don't know whether or not he would like me saying this or not, but, yeah. Whatever. If people are watching into episode, like, 1,000,000 of Tennis Ace, watching me do it, like, this is a free game. You can play it yourself. You have all these choices so that you can see whatever you want. You can do whatever you like. He says to me that refusing is the better choice. I don't yet know why. But he generally is kind of slow at responding to me, which is not difficult to explain. He is in school and on another hemisphere, so there you go. His explanation, as obviously the expert in his own story and his fucking characters, and it goes along with my natural instinct, which was to pick refuse first. Y'all saw that shit. Is that, yeah, Keisuke has a history of trying to throw money at problems when he's fucked up. Basket cites the example of when he wanted to apologize to Alex, when Keisuke wanted to apologize for Alex, and so he wanted to buy him something. And so, yeah, very cool. And yeah, I told him that, like, the reason it was throwing me was that if we accept, it's very cheerful. And he's pointing out to me that it is determining whether or not we notice that he has a tendency to do this. So there would be no reason for us to be wary if we choose the side where, yeah, we hadn't noticed. Very fucking smart. Something he's consistently pointed out to me is that he has planned this shit so meticulously. I swear, he fucking writes like a psychologist. Like, he fucking goes so into, like, the reasoning and the psychology of it and the implications and all this other stuff. God, it fucking works. It so fucking works.